Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Today, my dear friends, we're celebrating Thursday of the fourth week in the ordinary time, and this is our 8th Dalaw Patron. No? Tama ba? Ninth. Sorry. Nahilo na si Father. 9th Dalaw Patron. We are doing this Dalaw Patron to prepare the hearts of our parishioners in receiving the graces that God is reserving for all of us come February 14 on our 68th Parish Fiesta. And the challenge for us is to renew our commitment to serve as one family, as one parish in this community. That is why the themes that we have been discussing and reflecting on since the beginning of this Dalaw Patron are elements that are important in our discipleship, in our effort to serve, no? In the mere way that we can, no? Maraming mga paraan ng paglilingkod na pwede nating magawa. Pero kailangan mo nang unawain ang sarili, unawain ang mga nangyayari sa sarili upang maging tunay na lingkod ng Diyos. Because there are some issues within ourselves that would hinder us from really embracing true discipleship, true service. In today's readings, we hear again of a challenge. Sa Gospel, we heard Jesus sending out the 12. He sent out the 12 by twos and gave them authority over unclean spirits. And kasama doon sa habilin niya sa pagsugo sa kanila is this: do not bring with you anything. Do not bring with you anything. But wherever you enter, dun sa mas mahabang version nito, kung ano yung ibigay sa iyo, tanggapin mo. No? Kung ano ibigay sa iyo, tanggapin mo. There are two actions found in this sending out to mission of the disciples of our Lord. Giving and receiving. No? Giving and receiving. We go first to the first reading. The first reading discusses to us the presence of God. Sabi ng letter to the Hebrews, this is the presence of God. No? A blazing fire, gloomy darkness. No? Blazing fire, gloomy darkness. A storm, and a trumpet blast. No? Kung titingnan mo yung mga elementong binabanggit dito, parang contradicting to each other. Parang contradicting to each other. But that is the presence of God. Something that man cannot grasp entirely. The presence of God is something that we cannot entirely grasp because we are limited. Kaya sabi ng letter to the Hebrews, I am terrified and trembling. Because once you see God, you're dead. No? Bakit ka mamamatay? Bakit kailangan patay ka muna? Kasi you cannot contain God in you. Our mind, sabi nga, ilang percent pa lang ang nagfa-function ng mind natin. Pero kahit na fully functional na yung mind, na yung brain na yan, hindi pa rin niya kakayanin ang katotohanan tungkol sa Diyos. That's why His presence was described in that way. Parang contradicting elements, pero lahat ay matatagpuan sa Kanya. Giving and receiving sometimes are perceived in that manner. When you are sent out as a disciple, when you are sent out to do a mission, when you are sent out to serve, sometimes we think we are soul givers. Akala natin pag naglilingkod tayo, bigay lang tayo ng bigay. Akala natin bigay lang tayo ng bigay. Kapag tumutulong tayo sa iba, akala natin bigay lang tayo ng bigay. The disciples, when they were sent out by Jesus, told them not to bring anything with them. To tell them, you will have to receive. You will need to receive. Because the moment you think that you are not in need anymore, masyado ka nang magiging complacent sa sarili mo. Akala mo ikaw na ang solusyon sa lahat ng bagay. At kapag ikaw ay binibigyan, ayaw mo nang tumanggap. Lahat ng aspeto ng buhay, ayaw mo nang tumanggap. Kasi ang tingin sa sarili, ako ang nagbibigay lang. Kaya maraming nasisira ang pananaw sa sarili nila. Bumababa ang tingin sa sarili nila. Meron din namang sobrang taas ng tingin sa sarili nila. Dahil hindi nakikita ang pagtutugma ng dalawang bagay na ito. Pagbibigay at pagtanggap. No? Pagbibigay at pagtanggap. When Jesus sent out His apostles for mission, He told them, you will have to receive at some point. Kapag ikay tinanggap doon sa bayan na yon, kung saan ikaw ay gagawa ng paglilingkod, tanggapin mo kung ano ibibigay sa'yo. But at the same time, you give them what you have to give them. Nagsasama, nagsasabay. And this is the presence of God. The seeming contradicting elements are found in the presence of God. There was this story, I'm not sure if I have already shared this, I just remembered it now, of a priest in the province. If you are familiar with the setting in the province, ang mga pari ay madalas nakamotor, no? Motorbike. Kasi lubak-lubak yan, no? Bundok, no? Rough roads, kailangan naka-motorbike ka. At si Father, upang makapagmisa sa isang baryo, sa isang bayan doon, ay magmumotor siya. Aalis siya sa parish ng mga 2 hours or 3 hours, no? Before siya makarating doon sa kapilya. And there was this priest, this is a true story, no? There was this priest who went to the chapel of a barrio, so he left 2 hours earlier. No? At pagdating niya doon, no? Wala pa yung mga tao. Ang schedule ng misa, alas 8 ng umaga. Umalis siya ng kumbento alas 6. Pagdating niya doon, alas 8, wala pa yung mga tao. Sabi niya, ano ba naman to? No? 2 oras ako nagbiyahe, wala pa yung mga tao. Maya-maya, dahan-dahan ang dumarating yung mga tao. Isa-isa. No? Isa-isa. At nag-start yung misa niya, 8:45. Si Father, wala na sa mood. Minadali na niya yung misa. No? Kasi late na yung mga tao. And then, na-notice nung mga tao yun, no, na si Father wala na sa mood. Kasi alas 8 yung misa dapat, nag-start yung Mass 8:45. After the Mass, the leader of the people, the locals, approached Father and said, Father, sorry po kung late pong nagsimula yung misa natin. Sabi ni Father sa kanya, oo nga, ako na nga yung pumupunta dito. 2 oras akong nagmotor para makapunta rito. Nagpunta ako dito para mangaral sa inyo, para makapakinabang kayo sa Eucharistia. Galit na galit si Father. Tapos late pa kayo. And then the leader of the local said, Father, pasensya na po kayo. Alas 5 po ng umaga, naglalakad na sila. At si Father, hiyang-hiya sa kanyang sarili. At umuwi si Father na siya ang tinuruan. Sometimes we see ourselves as superheroes, not in need of anything. Especially when life is easy. Especially when people consult us most of the time. Especially when we appear to be the strongest of all, the brightest of all, the most gifted of all. The theme of this year's celebration of the 5th centenary of the arrival of Christianity reminds us we are able to give because we are gifted. And the loop of grace does not end. You give and you receive. You receive and you give. That is being a disciple of Jesus. That is to live in the presence of God.
To all our parishioners from Holy Family Parish,
Merry Christmas!